Let's put it up like this. Our second break topic: start testing as early as possible. So this is my second tip for the way that you can add more value as a QA engineer at any level of QA. You're going to run it up by doing these little 3 tips that I have here, right? The first one was ask questions during the conversation, right? Ask more questions during refinements around acceptance criteria, risk, offer mitigations, all that good stuff, right? The second one is write your test cases and test plans and discuss it with your engineers as early as possible. So, as soon as the sprint starts, as soon as the engineers start working on the stories, whether it's a defect that they're fixing, tech debt, a new feature, start working on it as early as possible. Start thinking about the different testing scenarios. Read the acceptance criteria, writing out your scenarios, writing out your test cases, and say, hey, Mr. Developer, Mrs. Engineer, whatever the case may be, let's have a conversation. This is how I'm planning on approaching testing this story. I'm going to do A, B, and C. And I have noticed about this part over here, that part over here. This is what I see. This is going to be my strategy. What do you think? And they're going to tell you their thoughts about it because you're involving them in your testing process, your testing procedure. You're saying, hey, your thoughts matter to me. I don't want you to just do a whole bunch of work and then you just hand it off to me and then now I'm going on a treasure hunt. Let's be collaborative. Let's work together. Because you don't have to do this on your own. Because, I've seen so many QA engineers who are complaining about, hey, developers just throw stuff at us. They just, they so mistreat us,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And it doesn't have to be that way. There is a better way forward. And I say you start working on it as early as possible. You have conversations with your developers and your engineers. And you're saying, this is my approach. What do you think? Do you have any insight? Is there anything that you can think of that I haven't thought of? And they're going to say, oh yeah, there's this here, there's that here. But here's the main reason that this is so important to do, right? Why I say get that conversation started as early as possible. Start testing, because testing is way more than just following a bunch of steps. Oh, no, that's not testing. Testing is the whole thought process behind how the application can go wrong and mitigating for that as early as possible. And part of that mitigation is start having your conversations as early as possible, writing out your test plan, talking to the engineer saying, hey, am I missing something? And the most important part though is they're going to see how you're approaching testing, and that's going to give them some ideas for their implementation as well. So that if they know what you're going to be looking for, they're going to have it in their back of their mind so that, oh yeah, Tech Coach Ralph is going to be looking for this. Brian is going to be looking for that. And that way they can fix those bugs before they even create it. And that way we can go to market faster and we can make more money.
Money.
See? Put some skin in the game. And that way you don't have to complain about being mistreated and misused because you are invested into their success and they are invested into your success. See, my number one goal when I'm working with my team, well, when I'm working with anybody, right, is are we going to be successful? And that's why I'm very easygoing when it comes to this type of stuff, because I might have an idea and you might not like the idea. And I'm like, well, this is why it would work. You're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's table it. Because with the agile process, the agile methodology, our Delta Plus, trying to get better each time, we can say, okay, maybe let's try this out instead. And say, you know what, how about next time, if it didn't give us the result that we wanted, maybe we can try this out. We can always circle back to my idea. I'm not looking to be right. I am not looking to be right. I am looking to win, right? So And the way that I do that, I say, you know what? I'm going to get involved as early as possible. I'm going to start testing, get our test plan going, have our conversations. And so now I'm not going to leave to tip number 3 yet. Because now when we circle back and you're done with the development, my test plan is ready. I hit the ground running. Boom, 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 boom. You already know what I'm looking for. So 99% of those things I'm not going to find. The best bug to catch is the one that you catch before it's even written, before it's even developed. We're like Minority Report. I saw the bug that you were going to create, and I caught it before you created it because we had that conversation about, hey, we're not going to create that bug, all right? So that is my second tip on how to add more value as a QA engineer. That's by start testing this testing process as early as possible, all right?
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.